same way as what we are used to. The platform is not the same as something that you are used to see every day. Um, that is why it's so simple, but it looks like it's so difficult. I heard Putin Toby say over the weekend saying, you know what? He doesn't understand how can you explain so much, something that is so simple, but yet it proves to be difficult. I think it's the mindset. Someone has to be in a position to unlearn in order to learn. It's very important. But now, of course, we are here. So it is Global Fund Wave. And ladies and gentlemen, it is a very, very powerful platform, I must say. You just have to not think of it as another one, and so forth. Because if you look at it like that as another one, therefore you won't see the power of this opportunity. You won't see the freedom that comes with this opportunity. You won't see how it allows you to excel in life. Now, let's talk about poverty. We are looking for people that have the same mindset. We are looking for people that share the same goals. We are looking for people that wants to be successful, that really wants to be successful. We are looking for people that understands that to be successful, it's not cheap. You pay the price. To be successful, you need to pay some sacrifices. There's a lot of sacrifices that you have to pay. Maybe time can be that sacrifice because you are no longer available whenever you are needed. You can no longer attend family gatherings. That's a sacrifice because it comes with being named and everything like that. It's a sacrifice. You can no longer attend as easy as possible. And of course, the mindset is built in such a way that you have courage. Even when you don't see the future, when it's dark, but you can obviously overpower it. So that's the only way you can fight poverty. There's no other way. You cannot just sit in the corner and say you are fighting poverty. It's impossible. So you need to have a mechanism whereby how to fight poverty. And it starts with your mindset. So we can bring an opportunity in front of you. It can be great, but if you are not proper aligned, it's going to be a problem. Of course, it's good to ask questions. Of course, it's good to be educated, but allow yourself to be educated. Welcome to it. My name is Lunga Rosha, and this is Global Fund Wave, and this is Ungalelo. This is a peer-to-peer opportunity. So let's explain what is a peer-to-peer opportunity. A peer-to-peer opportunity, a peer-to-peer system is a system that gives you all the power to do anything you want. Solutions, everything. It's not just about money. It's where you share resources. It can be education resources, as we are sharing now on Zoom. It can be financial resources, as we are gifting each other. And also, it can be any information of some sort, which apps to download, everything like that. That's how powerful it is. So, this is the freedom that is given to you. What you do with that freedom, it's entirely up to you. You decide what you're going to do with it. But this is the space where you can excel. This is a space where you are fully in control. What the space cannot give you is trading. There is no trading. There is no mining. There is no staking. And there is no minting. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no farming. And also, equally so, there's no product for you to sell. It is Ungalelo. It is a stock fair. It is a crowdfunding, a global one, whereby the funds are circulating amongst the members, no monthly person. So no ways where one will say the money is sitting in the bank account and so forth. That is why we're looking for the same mindsets of people that will help us to build this, that will help us to make sure that we mold it in a space that it's oiled and nobody can touch the engine. Once the engine is running, it's still the beginning, just 2 months. As the engine is running, you cannot stop it. But to build that in the beginning, it's not easy. It doesn't come cheap. So there are some sacrifices that you have to leave behind. Complaints. It's not a platform where it allows you to complain. No. Because you need the next person, even if you are late with something. Maybe it could be late in terms of you receiving. And of course, it circulates amongst the members. Ladies and gentlemen, just people uplifting one another. If the principles are not your expertise or exercised accordingly to the T, the train stops moving. The train crashes. Maybe let me repeat it. It's people uplifting people, members uplifting members, global community uplifting one another. If the principles are not exercised to the T, to the core, the train stops moving. The train crash. It will crash. So that is why we need the mindset, such caliber of people that thinks differently, that reacts differently to problems, that are not blinded by any distractions, but that focuses at least on the future, that sees the future even in there's darkness. Because that type of people, it will help to build the opportunity. The rest can follow after that, no problem. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, you need to be prepared. You need to be prepared to play your part, to keep the train moving. What is your part? To PH. What is to PH? To provide help. We'll talk about it. This is the core. As much as you are a giver, you need to be a receiver, but this is the most important thing in this opportunity, to PH. Now, you need to do your part in terms of that. That is your part. Your part, of course, is to stay positive, to make sure that it's moving. Each one must play their part to keep the train moving, ladies and gentlemen. We can talk, but we need action. Talking is very cheap. Action is the most important thing. Talking, you can come on Zoom and say, welcome, I want to make money. Everybody here can say, I want to make money. Everybody. Nobody will say, I don't want to make money. But when you face challenges of making money, are you able to make sure that you are there? Are you able to make sure that you are not distracted? You are not easily disappointed. You are not easily discouraged. That's the most important thing. That's the mindset. Ladies and gentlemen, very importantly, let me just quickly give you an update about the new app and give you an update what's happening around that. It is on a very, very close stage. I cannot give you a percentage, but it is very, very close because you talk about API automation for ePIN sorted. That is almost done. And of course, the entire PH and also GH confirmation, that is where it is in terms of the automated. That may take a little bit longer than expected, which is 24 to 48 hours at this stage. It could be earlier than that, it would seem, because of course it went for testing and everything like that. But obviously they saw that there's some things that need to be tweaked and make sure that everything is sorted. So my plea to you is to give them space, give them time. This is technology, ladies and gentlemen. At some point, you cannot just get it as you wish. But if we rush and do all these things of impatience and everything like that, they will end up just releasing something that will come and bite us in the near future. So we want something that will come and at least know that Just few things need to be sorted, and that we will come and say, this is not appearing, this is a problem here, and this and all of those things to be sorted like that. Unlike the app that we are currently using, that is why now we hear people to say, do not pay so and so, do not pay so and so. And it was going to be simple as going to the back office, go to the system and make sure that such account gets to be deleted, as easy as it is. But of course, because of the rush to make it sorted as soon as possible, such editing were not as such. So now is to make sure that is corrected and make sure that everything runs smooth as possible. And again, the team asked that, you know what, you give them that time, allow them the time. You've given them enough time, but they're asking for that time to just polish it in that space. And again, for iPhone users, now it was said that after this is sorted, now 24 to 48 hours, iPhone users are delivered something that they're going to use, and an app that they will appreciate, an app that will allow them to access their back office. And that is the update. Ladies and gentlemen, we already have a community, a big community, a community to service, a community that is a solution. So if you look at it as the beginning, this was the first presentation of this opportunity. Young as it is, that is why it's been attacked, because this was the very first presentation, full house. And they've never, ever presentations that were less than that. So be prepared that you're going to be obviously targeted and everything like that. But that should be an excuse, because you need to obviously fight back and make sure that you win 100% without any issues. We already have an amazing, amazing community and great leaders that are prepared to make sure that this engine is running, and this engine, it goes to the core. Now, well done to everybody that show up on Saturday, and well done to everybody that show up, and of course in Mazoda's place in Gauteng, and of course in Durban Jewish Hotel Hall, and sorry, not even hotel hall, the Jewish hall. So well done to everybody that show up there. It was amazing session, and go to the videos, learn what was said, learn what kind of a mind thinking caliber that we need. You know, we don't need people that will go to, when things are not happening accordingly, will go to TikTok and do all of those things, and to go to somebody's account and write. No. Where are you going to be paid? Where do you think it's going to come from for you to receive? Because this is a community. When you discourage the same community, how then you're going to benefit? It's impossible. So that means you say you haven't done your part. Then the train crashes. Do you want the train to crash? No. We want it to last 2 years, 3 years, 5 years or more. But we need to pay attention to the smaller things that can disturb us. So congratulations to everybody. So if you enjoy and you like this opportunity, you want to be part of it, like I said, it's not perfect, but it's on the way there. Now, it's very important to be part of it by making sure that when you register, next to your name, when somebody has sent you their link, you make sure that you write your name there. You write your name as you register, and next to your name, you make sure this is visible. Make sure this is 100% visible to solve a lot of problems. In case you have paid extra, in case you want to remind individuals that they need to pay you, in case you have already paid. But then, of course, the app comes with automated system and also notifications, email notifications, and everything like that. That is why it's being tested, to see all of these things. They are 100% connected and everything like that. So make sure that this is sorted and 100% connected, ladies and gentlemen, and make sure that whenever you don't see it as we move forward, this is going to be very strict, because many problems comes from here. A lot of problems comes from here. So make sure you shy away from that. And of course, as soon as it's live, you'll be able to edit next to your name and make sure you do the right thing. The form of payment, it is USDT. That is obviously TRC20 or BEP20. So that is the USDT in terms of form of payment. And of course, in the near future, there's going to be many. But at this stage, it is USDT, a stable coin. And of course, to make sure that the platform lasts as well. Why are they not using local fiat opportunities in terms of a form of payment? No, it's because it might crash very soon. So to be on crypto space, and USDT is a stable coin, and of course it makes it wonderful so that it can last even longer and moving forward. So make sure that you utilize that. Ladies and gentlemen, how do you get that? So USDT, you must make sure that you've got an app that allows you to convert from fiat to USDT. Any fiat of your choice across Africa, across the world, you can just exchange it from the fiat to USDT. Wallet or exchange, it's up to you which one you're going to utilize. I would urge you to focus on Web3 because people, we will make money here. Colleagues, we're going to make money here like crazy. Don't focus on anything. Focus on how we're going to crash it, how we're going to make money. So make sure you've got a Web3. And of course, a Web3, it is a digital wallet that you can utilize. And of course, it is an application that allows you to store your cryptocurrency, manage, and also secure, interact with blockchain networks, and also decentralized applications as well. Now, obviously, it's not the same as exchanges accounts whereby here you retain complete ownership of your digital assets. And of course, or any cryptographic or private keys, make sure that they are safe. Because here you are fully in control. Nobody can touch it. Nobody can close it. Nobody can shut it down. It is your money. Unless you lose your phrases, therefore it's no longer your money from there because it's going to be hard to recover it. So make sure you've got your phrases and make sure you've got somebody that will help you to download it and make sure that you've got the right thing. So here you are fully in control, just like Global Fund Wave. So we are giving you such freedom, such power, so that you will obviously benefit from everything that will be happening. So such Web3 wallets as MetaMask, Trust Wallet, and of course you've got Coinbase, you've got Exodus there, you've got Agent there, and of course you've got Frame also, you've got ZendGo, and you've got a lot of Phantom, and you've got there Xeron, and you've got many Token Pocket, and also you've got as many as SafePal and more. So you can obviously utilize this a beautiful Web3 decentralized. As you can see Rainbow there, and of course you see that there's Kepir, and of course you see there's I'll mention all there's Backpack, and also there's so many hero, and there crypto.com, and also you see there's many ledger there, and you see there's many that you can of course utilize and make sure that you've got a solid wallet of your choice. There's OKX there, as you can see, those are the famous one, and also there's Lit, and also you see there's Binance there, one of them as well as a Binance wallet, and there's so many Cricket is there as well. And of course, you can utilize that. So you can just utilize Web3. Make sure that you have gas fees on either TRX, that is TON, and also on either BNB, which is, of course, a Binance coin. So that you can also transact on BEP20 and also transact on TRC20 as well. So it's very important to utilize that. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said in the beginning, this is where you become a giver. The most principal thing for you to do is to PH, that is number one. And also there is a space where you need to get help, GH. So now as a giver, everything begins with you. And of course, as a receiver, everything begins with you as well. So it is a 15-day cycle. You can make it plus 17 days cycle if you wish, because 24 to 48 hours and you become what? You become a receiver. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you can complain after 72 hours in that space. So let me show you how as quickly as it is. Now, PH, it is to provide help, of course. And then, of course, you decide which amount and everything like that. It comes with an APN. We'll talk about it. And of course, the cycle begins and the receiver is happy because it's wallet to wallet. Nothing, no monthly person. And of course, after 15 days, 24 to 48 hours, you are the receiver. Of course, cryptocurrency, which is USDT, that what we utilize as a form of payment. Now, very importantly, an APIN. This is the beginning. An EPIN, it is a stamp whereby the stamp allows you to get a member. The stamp allows you to get somebody that you will PH to. Without the stamp, nada, nothing. So therefore, you cannot even PH without a stamp. So the first stamp, it is $5 plus or minus 100 Rand. Now you are prepared as a starter to PH with $50. I encourage everybody not to leave this behind and move with it. In total, $55 with a little bit of fees to make sure that the transaction goes to the person as $50 as it should be. You use one EPIN, of course, that is a $5 EPIN, to get a person. Once the EPIN is used, it can never be used again. It doesn't expire until you use it. You can purchase it from your leaders. You can purchase it from the system. It's up to you. It is a BEP20 network to purchase it. Now, that is plus or minus 1,100. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you can have another, obviously, opportunity to say, I go for an EPIN of a little bit bigger, which is a $10 EPIN. A $10 EPIN, that's plus or minus 200 Rand. And of course, you are willing to PH with $100. In total, that is obviously $110, plus or minus 2,000 Rands. Now, when you look at it, you've got another one, which is a little bit longer or bigger, which is $20 EPIN. Without this stamp, therefore, you can never request to PH. You only request to PH using the EPIN. Now, the $20 EPIN allows you to PH with $200, plus or minus, in total, $220, plus or minus 4,000 Rand or so. So this is where now you're going to use the EPIN in order for you to make sure that you are ready to PH to somebody. You request to PH to somebody. When you request to give somebody, therefore 24 to 48 hours, the receiver is assigned in your back office. So you just go to the back office, get the details of the receiver in order to pay the receiver. Wallet to wallet. That's how beautiful it is. Now, once the receiver has received, and of course, as the automated system, then it is activated. Simple, your days start to count. Ladies and gentlemen, I can share that you can start from $50, as little as $50, 10 small into big, and make it 200,000 in dollars. Or plus or minus 1,000 Rands into millions, 3 million. But your mindset needs to shift. You need to be the right caliber of individuals that will be part of this. Without the right mindset, you can never achieve this. Because after 2 days, when you don't see it, it'll be easy for you to start complaining and start crying. So that's not where we are. But in order to be here in 6 months or so, you become a millionaire, as simple as it is, without recruiting, by just you receiving and putting it back, receiving and putting it back, receiving and putting it back. You can even create your own salary at some point to say, you know what, I'm going to start with $50 and make it $100. When we share this, of course, there's going to be a little bit challenges there and there, little bit delays there and there. Your mindset will help you to overcome that. But now you're turning, inclusive of adding EPINs there and there, $100 into $200. If you can go, that is day 15. If you can go $200 into $400, day 30, and you go up to $1,600 into $3,200, day 75. If $1,600 is enough for you to take care of your family, you can make sure from there 50% in, 50% out. 50% in, 50% out. Maybe don't focus exactly on $1,600. Because if you're going to focus there, at least shift it. $3,200 into $6,400. For you, at least after another 15 days. For you to make sure that at least a month, you do have $4,000. To make sure that if that's what you need. Because whatever the difference is here, because of any delays of some sort, anything future that may be there, it's covered by your calculations. You are supposed to receive $6,400, but your expectation, you're expecting at least $4,000. If you did in that month, no problem. But if you didn't, you've received $5,000 at least. You are within your scale. You receive $4,500, you are within. You plan ahead. But make sure that at some point, 50% in, 50% out, you start to save. At some point, you don't finish the entire $400, $4,000. You save so that when the bad days come, there's an issue, you are not crying because you've got savings that could put you through for a good month or two. If anything has happened, what is that? I don't know. It could be anything. But you plan for the future. You can simply turn $1,000 into 2,000 rands. Sorry, 1,000 rands into 2,000 rands. Simple. You can turn 2,000 into 4,000, 15 days. Into 8,000. 45 days, 16,000. 60 days, 32,000. If 32,000 is enough for you on a monthly basis, then your target is to get here 64,000. Because you know that you put half, you take half, but stretch it a little bit, another month extra, so that you know 100% you're getting this and more to save. So that when a month has happened, there's a little bit of a glitch, you're not affected. You plan ahead. You can turn 20,000 into 40,000. You can turn 320,000 into 640,000. It is up to you how you think, how you look at things. You can be a millionaire, simple. By injecting 20,000, 105 days, you are a millionaire. Simple as that. But your mindset needs to be very strong. Without your mindset, therefore, these numbers are nothing. Because day one, you start. If day one you can give up by saying, I did not get a person, there's a group now that is waiting for people to PH2. We are waiting. We have requested for those people to be assigned. It's pending. So if you don't have the correct mindset, you will say it's not working and you go home. But with the correct mindset, you are waiting, you are assigned and individually. You pay that person USDT to their wallet. They give you the network. And the blockchain system will help you to make sure that it is confirmed via blockchain, automated system. And your day start from day 15 to 0. 24 to 48 hours. Now you becoming the receiver. So after 15 days, plus or minus 17 days or more, you become the receiver. You get somebody that will pay you a double. You are now the receiver. Depends how you started. So this is the magic. This is where we are. And of course, this is how you see your countdown. See, this is how you see your countdown. You even see which date it's maturing. So it is Ungalelo, ladies and gentlemen, a global stock file whereby after 15 days, 24 to 48 hours, you become the receiver. With the automated system, immediately you are assigned. Unless there's a glitch somewhere, immediately you are assigned. Immediately you are assigned. Immediately you are assigned. That's how it works. But we need the great mindset. Remember the form of payment, it is USDT. And of course, you can choose the network that you want to utilize and make sure that you do the right thing. Now, if you want to share to grow the network, to grow the community, there's a budget for you whereby a direct, you can get 8% from any amount. And second level, that is 2% from any amount. Third level to level 10, it is 1% from any amount. And of course, level 11 to level 15, that is 0.4% without any issues. So up to 15 level, it is a uni-level structure. Now, very importantly, you need to unlock your level. If you don't unlock your level, you might not receive from level 1. Because this is your level 1, you get, maybe we make an example of $100 here, you get $8. So if it was a $50, that is $4 that you will receive. If it's about $200, that is about $16 that you will receive. That's a direct or more. Now, what happens is you have a direct, you have unlocked level 2, and you receive from level 2. And you have a direct, you unlocked level 3, you unlocked level 4, you unlocked level 5, and of course, just from here, you have also unlocked level 6. To unlock level 7, you need another direct. Now we have unlocked level 8. To unlock level 9, you need another direct. You now have unlocked level 10. To receive from level 11, you need another direct. You also receive from level 12 because of that direct. Now to receive from level 13, you need another direct. That will help you to receive from level 14 as well. The last level, last direct, which is level 15. Now, just 10 directs, active directs, that will help you to run the marathon. Again, I'll say 15 because you'll never know. 15 active directs because sometimes the other one will have issues. They want to remove everything. At some point, it's going to be a must for you just $50 because it needs to circulate, ladies and gentlemen. But something happens, somebody says, you know what, I want to go home now. You are left with 9 directs. So you are no longer receiving. So you must make sure that you have all active directs and for you to receive 100%. So it is very, very important in order for you to receive from your commission. Ladies and gentlemen, there is capping in terms of your commission. And now your PHing, providing help, is not affected. It is a ×2, no problem. You came on board with $50, you receive $100 there, and you came on board with $100 there, you received $200, you came on board $500, $1,000 there, $1,000, that's $2,000 there, no problem. With capping in terms of commission, it means to say now your ×3, you have received your $50 ×3, it is $150 plus 1x. Now, you have PH with $100, it ×3, that is $300. So it means they add 1x. It becomes ×3. $500 ×3, that is $1,500. You receive your total in terms of PHing, a double, and therefore you are left with 1x for you to enjoy your commission. And like that here as it is. So that is the capping in terms of this part. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you can utilize in terms of withdrawal from as little as $100. You can do that. And obviously, you can enjoy your benefit and you receive it like that 100%. Those that had issues with $50 in the past, and when we are not able to obviously to log in and everything like that even twice, and everything that is yours, it is sorted accordingly and working around it 100% in order for you to get, of course, accordingly that you deserve. Now, this session, we have it on Monday, and of course, 7 p.m. and Wednesday, 7 p.m. and Friday, 7 p.m. Now, support is working 100% now as we starting with a new journey. So there's no need for Friday to be any support system. So it's business as usual. Trainings, of course, once everything is sorted as we're waiting for the app on Friday or Saturday. And of course, this is Monday. Once that is there, we're going to have trainings and everything like that. And for everybody to learn and how to do things and everything like that. And how to benefit, how to see your app, how to see whatever that you wish to see, and you will see it. Ladies and gentlemen, in order to strengthen the community, in order to grow the community, therefore, there is this tool. Now, the tool You will have dates as soon as possible. Where are the dates in terms of you also have Mpumalanga here, and you also have Limpopo here as well. I must add them. You also have Limpopo here as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, the team is coming to your province to strengthen the team and to make sure that we grow as big as possible. Now, Gauteng, it is coming. Johannesburg, Pretoria, there. Watch out. Durban, watch out. And of course, East London, watch out. And of course, Cape Town, watch out there in terms of those cities. And of course, you've got Polokwane, and also you've got Mbombela around that. So make sure that if you are within those cities, we are growing the opportunity like crazy. And Africa must raise their hand so that we will come in numbers and support 100% without any issue. So we are growing the numbers like crazy in order for this machine to run like crazy. Still a young baby, but it's going to be massive, 100%. I'm telling you that. So yeah, if you are in around those provinces, make sure that you are there, you attend 100%. So it was an awesome session. It was a very, very beautiful session in Durban. We enjoyed it a lot, and it was a very, very educational, and we learned a lot. In terms of the risk in network marketing, in terms of how to approach network marketing, in terms of how to look at it, in terms of do not put any funds that you are not willing to lose, in terms of that is a disclaimer, how to obviously work around the space, how to win around the space. So it was very, very beautiful. And of course, Global Fund Wave, how it works and everything like that. And it was beautiful and still going to be beautiful, ladies and gentlemen, and everything like